We were out earlier today, but John also went to the store, so maybe he bought some.
We're live.
Oh, I'll just play everybody a song. Name that tune.
I can't believe you've been doing that.
I just played an entire song. It was great. It was really good. Also,
What a good dog.
he just casually walked out of the room like, you know what? I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, they're doing the podcast thing. Yeah, that's super boring.
Nathan did not make me feel welcome. They're doing the what?
The podcast thing?
Yeah.
They're doing the podcast thing. It's really boring. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, and I did feel bad. What's up, Travis? Let's get it. I did feel bad about the closed captioning thing, mainly because whenever
Well, hold on. We're live now when
Okay,
we
I
weren't
gotta
before, so
explain.
you need to explain that whole thing.
I went to the movie recently, watched Spider-Man. No spoilers, don't worry. But closed captions were on.
Has that ever happened to you in the theater before?
Maybe one other time, but it wasn't a movie that I really cared about.
Never has happened to me before. I didn't even know that was like a thing.
Yeah.
Like I knew it was a thing. I just didn't know like just during regular movie times. I guess I assumed that like if you need closed captioning that everybody goes to that same time frame. Like, hey, those of you who are deaf or need closed captioning, you can come at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
One. Right. Yeah. No. I think it's just that the option exists and it is made known to you whenever you buy the tickets that the option exists, but rarely do people ever actually take that option. I think you have to go and request that closed captions actually are like activated.
Imagine being the person that you know you're going to irritate everybody like, oh, they're not going to like this, but I got to request it. So here we go.
I don't know, man. I see a lot of people on social media talking about how they use closed captions even whenever they're watching movies and TV shows at home. And they don't, like, it's not a hearing impairment thing.
It's too distracting for me. Like, I want to watch the words, but I want to watch the screen. And so every time it comes on, like every once in a while, it just jumps on the screen when I don't ask it to.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, we're going in and getting that removed real quick.
Well, see, and that was a problem that we faced because the night before, whenever I was watching the Avengers movies with my father, trying to get him caught up context-wise, we were watching it on Disney Plus, and closed captions came on. And they were like, whoa, hey, no, we can't do that. How do we turn closed captions off? And they were like small ones, like they weren't even that distracting. And so we were like, okay. So it was like a 15-minute ordeal trying to get closed captions off. And so I knew my father does not appreciate closed captions. And so whenever we went to the movie and closed captions were on, I was like, dang, not only does dad not understand half the context of what's going on, and not only is he kind of the odd man out, which I felt bad because it was me, my sister's husband, and their friend.
Oh, major Avenger fans.
Yeah, we watched the movie.
You're all caught up.
And like the oldest person there next to my father was 28, maybe, probably closer to like 27. And so that was.
Would you go at noon on a Saturday?
We went at 1:30 on a Sunday.
There you go.
And I met in our party. That was the oldest person.
Okay. I thought you were talking about in the entire theater.
No. There was kids there, dude. There was little kids. But anyway, so he was kind of the odd man out in our party, which I felt bad about because my brother was going to go, my older brother, but he ended up being sick, so he couldn't join us.
Aww.
So, yeah. So I think that he kind of felt like he was impeding, which I didn't. Impeding. But I didn't want him to feel like that. But anyway, so it wasn't a favorable situation at all.
Also, we haven't started the podcast yet.
Nope.
Nathan's just telling the story.
Yeah, I probably should have waited, but I don't know. I didn't want to. announce on the podcast that I feel pity for my father in case he listens to the podcast. Team
What if he's watching it live?
He's not. I don't think he knows how to get on Twitch.
What about YouTube?
I don't know about that one. All right. Should we start this podcast?
We should start this podcast.
Okay. Let's start the podcast.
Shall we begin?
Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
It's time. It's time. Did you just say it's time?
Stay calm.
We did it. We made it. Ooh, we made it.
Vent Lab.
You had plans, and look where that got you.
Next year it's gonna be different.
Oh, it was different, wasn't it?
In a bad way.
It was different. You know, every year is different.
Every year is different. That's a true statement.
It's a safe statement to make, especially at the end of a year.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds that next year's going to be different? Now,
What are the evens?
we
right?
are going into an even year, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Now, next year may be different from 2021, but it could be very similar to 2020. 2022?
I wanna say, like-
TOO? TWO?
I mean, next year's my year, right? Like,
Never say that.
it can't get worse.
Never say that. Never say that. I've been saying that
Nope.
for years.
I'm
Never
taking
say
it
that.
back. I'm taking it back because it definitely can get worse. But let's hope not.
We can hope. Certainly we can hope, but don't count on it by any means. Do not count.
This is definitely a week of reflection, thinking back on 2021. We've got New Year's Eve coming this Friday, where we're all going to just plunge into 2022, just
Sure.
hanging on to our seats and hoping for the best.
That's about all you can do.
Hoping for the best.
We have gotten pretty good at that, I will say, in the past 2 years, holding on to our seats. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Nice. That was a good little jinx there.
Uh-huh. Woo. Yeah, so I went back and reviewed our podcast from last year, and I was thinking, did we make any New Year's resolution on our New Year's podcast? Did we make any predictions?
I specifically remember going into 2021 thinking I will never make a New Year's resolution again. Because at the beginning of 2020, rather at the end of 2019, I was thinking 2020 is my year. Like I just had a good feeling about it. It's going to be a good year. And there was a lot of growth and there was a lot of opportunities that came in 2020.
Uh-huh.
For instance, I know it's a podcast, so you can't actually see unless you're watching live, YouTube or Twitch. But I'm wearing a Life 88.5 sweatshirt right now.
Yeah, because you got a job there.
In 2020.
Uh-huh.
At the very
After you got
very
furloughed
end.
from 99.7 The Point.
well, yeah, and I had to work at Amazon for a bit, and
But now look at you.
look at me, I'm wearing merch.
You are 2 radio jobs forward from
Yep.
what you were in 2020.
Exactly. And 2021, a lot of good things happened too. I'm sure we'll go through some of those things that happened. But for instance, you and I, we stopped doing our Friday night podcast
For a very good reason.
because now that podcast has switched over into a Saturday night radio show, which is kind of the reason we
Super
started the
cool.
podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's been cool. Some good things have happened in
I
2020
know.
and 2021.
Our family game night is probably my favorite thing that happened. It's one of my favorite things that happened in 2021. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah.
But you said earlier you didn't make any New Year's resolutions.
Not that I remember.
But during this podcast, I went back and reviewed. Instead of making a New Year's resolution, you had read an article that said to make small, achievable goals.
Right.
So we talked about what small, achievable goals are we going to make for the next year. I don't remember this happening at all. And so all of the things that we went through and said, these are going to be the goals that are achievable that we're going to do this next year, I think I immediately forgot about them after that podcast.
Same.
But I would like to go through those and find out how many we actually accidentally accomplished.
Oh, like how low did we set the bar that we didn't even have to try?
We accidentally accomplished our goals.
I like that.
So we each have 4 that we set for this year. And so we'll just go through. I isolated the sound bites for you today, so I know what your goals were. And some of them I was like, yep, he nailed that one.
I'll tell you what, one thing I achieved in 2021 is I grew a mustache. Now, I've had a mustache for a while because I've had a beard for a while. But
Are you talking about your little twisty
I got the little
thing?
twisty mustache, and at one point I did something in 2021 that I have been wanting to do for, quite frankly, years.
Oh, the monkey tail beard.
Not that. Nope. Actually, it came as a result of that because I
great.
finally opened the door for it to make sense for me to just cut my beard entirely and just go only mustache. And quite frankly, I think it's the best I've looked in a while. So I think,
But you didn't keep just the only mustache.
well, no, I mean, the beard is back.
Like, why would you do that?
But I'm thinking, I might go back.
Well, okay, at the end of the show, we're going to do our goals for next year.
Okay.
So
I
I'll
won't get
try to
ahead.
remind you that that's one of the things we're going to add on there.
Perfect. Do we want to just dive right into this then? Do we
Yeah.
want to just,
Okay, what's our
All right.
first soundbite?
you want to go me or you?
I don't care. You choose. You've got the controls.
Let's go with you.
Okay. Choose a new series to binge. Okay. So this
you-
was because The Office had come to an end. Like, it was ending in 2020. And so I needed a new series.
A lot of new series have launched in 2021. Actually, it's been a great year for movies and TV.
I would say I definitely accomplished this goal. I watched several different series. Most of them were short, but I did binge a very long series that I really got into, and you made fun of me for. Do you remember what it was?
You said it was a long series, and I made fun of you for it.
Like, it was like 9 seasons.
Gosh, I know it wasn't Friends. I wouldn't let you live that one down.
Nope.
It wasn't Pride and Prejudice. But it was an older movie, right?
Series.
Right. I'm trying to remember the name. Hold on. You can say it with an accent. Hold on. My parents were watching it as well.
Would it help if I told you it happens in an abbey?
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
There it is.
Yes.
Downton Abbey. Yeah, all right.
Yep. So I watched the entire thing.
Gosh, you're so old.
I was resistant to it because it's something that a lot of older people have gotten into. I am old and I don't like to admit that very often, but I resist things that emphasize how old I am. And I thought, you know what? This is right up my alley. This is the type of shows I like. I really like Pride and Prejudice. And I need something that's going to cheer me up right now. So I'm just going to really nurture myself.
Yeah.
And I'm going to dive into this. And I loved it.
You are so old.
Loved it. Watched the
old.
movie, which is really great when you get into a series and then there's a movie that goes along with it. It was like a gift. There's another movie that's coming out this spring.
Really?
Yes.
Do you want to go watch it with my parents? I'm sure they'd love to double date. You want to go on a double date, you and Jay West, with my parents?
Yes. You know what? How about if I just have them over and we'll watch it here?
Perfect. I'm sure they would love that. They actually probably would love that.
Yeah. And your mom can make me pie.
Whatever gets them out of the house, They need to hang out with some friends.
All right. So we'll say one goal was accomplished.
All right.
I watched a lot of other things too. Like I watched, now I can't even think of the name of it. It ended up being pretty inappropriate.
Ted Lasso?
No, but I did watch Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a total win. That one, because it was so short, I don't put it with Downton Abbey, but I will continue watching Ted Lasso as long as they keep putting them out there.
Dude, you know what? You know what I remember saying at the end of 2020 or at the beginning of 2021? I remember saying that we were about to go into a new sort of Renaissance era because everybody was cooped in their house for so long, and we have these great artistic minds that have been cooped up and just doing plans after plans after plans, idea after idea. And I was like, we're about to see some crazy good content come out. And freaking look how 2021 ended up.
Yeah, and when I talked to Ted Lasso's mom, Jason Sudeikis'
You just
mom,
had to throw that out there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay.
she said that this had been in the making way before 2020. Didn't she say 2017, 2018 or
It was pretty,
something?
it was a long time ago. Like
Yeah.
he pitched the idea and it was like 3 years later
Yeah.
that it got picked up. So I guess, 2017, 2018.
So that wasn't even like pandemic creativity, but it lined up so perfectly. Like it was exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Bridgerton. That was the other one I watched that ended up being slightly inappropriate. And I had to fast forward through a lot.
That was the one that I was trying not to say whenever I was thinking of Downton Abbey because I knew that it got inappropriate.
Yeah.
Because I remember you talking about it. But no, there's been a lot of good series that have come out in this past year. I recently watched Arcane, which is great. It takes place in the realm of a video game. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I just lost a lot of people there, and I understand that, but you don't have to play the game to understand. That's just context for where it takes place. So there's like superheroes kind of thing. But it's animated. Lost a lot of people there.
Yep.
Kind of lost myself there.
I was still hanging in there when you said, because I'm like, okay, so Ready Player One, you know.
Kind of.
Free Guy, you know, takes place in a video game.
Sure, Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. But as soon as you said animated, I was out.
I understand. I understand, and that's why I haven't recommended it to you. I did recommend it to your daughter, Grace, though, because I was like, hey, I binged this series because I couldn't sleep one night, so I just binged the whole thing, and it blew my mind, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since. It's crazy good. The soundtrack is amazing. It's like 11 episodes, and they're like 45 minutes each, but it's a great story. Arcane was good. It's a Netflix series, and my expectations were low, as they should be whenever you're watching a TV show that's animated and about video games, but it was very good. We mentioned Ted Lasso. I watched all the What Ifs on Marvel.
Oh, you watched all of those?
They're good. And by the way, you need to at least watch the Doctor Strange episode before you watch the upcoming movie.
All right. Okay.
Because that's context.
I watched Outer Banks too, like 2 seasons of it. My daughter and I stayed up an entire night. Like I took a day off work for this. We watched the entire series. I really enjoyed that one.
Loki?
Yes.
Did you watch Loki?
Watched a lot of the Disney Plus series.
WandaVision?
Mm-hmm. WandaVision and
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
that was one of my favorite ones.
It's very
I really
good.
liked that one. Geez, I took the goal and I raised the bar. I was like, I'm not going to just watch one new series. I'm going
watched
to
a
watch
lot.
10,
And you know what?
15. Gosh, you guys, I watched a lot of TV.
The year isn't over, too. You get to watch a few more series. Have you watched Hawkeye yet?
I have not started it yet.
Okay, don't watch it until you've seen Black Widow movie.
I've already seen that.
Perfect. You
Which
watched
was
the after
fantastic.
credits thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you understand the context for the Hawkeye show.
Oh my gosh, because yes, that.
Shh, don't
Oh
spoil
my
it. Holy cow,
gosh.
jeez. But, you know.
But, you know, I stepped away from The Office because, you know, they took it away from me.
Yeah, sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need to go on a
But
vacation.
look at all of these new shows I watched this last year. That being
You're killing
said,
it.
I still long to watch The Office. There's times where I was like, I just want to watch The Office right now.
you know, you say that, but I'm going to call you out and say that you probably haven't even gone to the Office YouTube channel and watched all those.
You are wrong. I have visited there because sometimes I get desperate because it's like soothing. It's like my security blanket.
So you've seen like all of those behind the scene
Not all of them,
episodes
but
and,
I go
like,
look them up from
deleted
time
scenes.
to time. I also gave up and downloaded Peacock, and so I could watch like the first couple seasons. But my app wasn't working right, so
Yeah, it's not.
just gave up on that.
It's not good. It's not good. All right. Anyway, let's see. One of my resolutions. I think I am going to try. I'm going to try to use Twitter.
How'd that go?
Ah, shoot. I kid you not. I have been thinking about this all year. I forgot I said that. But countless times I'm like laying in bed and I'm thinking, dang, I need to get on Twitter. Like I'm looking at everything I'm trying to achieve in life, and I'm looking at the people who have achieved it, and all of them are on Twitter. And it's like, it's this whole like networking thing, and I need to have a presence there.
It's
just
listen,
so hard,
guys.
man.
It's important for our job that we be on social media. I have frankly sucked at it this year. There's a good reason for that, but yeah, you need to merge in and have some sort of a presence. You need to exist there.
You know,
in some way.
I actually took it a step back and I deleted all of my social medias except for Facebook and YouTube, which I hate Facebook. The only reason
Wait, did you delete Twitter?
I never actually installed it.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Listen, all right. You want to know a good step in following your New Year's resolution? Take the first step as soon as possible. Not as soon as convenient, but as soon as possible. Like, I should have just pulled out my phone after that episode or even during and downloaded Twitter. I didn't. And that was the first failure. First failure of the year.
Okay, so big zero for Nathan.
Big zero.
Accomplishing his goals. He actually went backwards on that one.
Yeah, which I've been thinking about getting back on Instagram too. I haven't posted since like 2018.
Yeah.
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 It's been a while. I thought about making a mustache post, but I haven't. Anyway.
It's scary. It's a hard thing to do.
Grow a mustache?
No. Merge back into social media again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Here's your
I'm up next.
second resolution.
In 2021, I think I want to listen to like a new music artist that I haven't listened to before.
Did you do that?
You don't think so?
Oh my! How did you get through the whole year and not listen to a new artist?
I may have been. You know what? No, I did. You're gonna laugh when you find out who it was, though. Any guesses? Think about along the lines of my like teeny type artist that I
You're teeny.
that I normally
You're
listen
teeny
to.
type artist. So you're like teen pop.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was an artist that you haven't ever listened
Yeah.
to?
Well, she was an emerging artist this year, so
Oh gosh.
I didn't have the option to listen to her before. So there you go. It's a female.
Well, I got fired from my top 40 station job at the start of the pandemic, so I have not been in that realm.
Olivia Rodrigo. Have you heard the driver's license song?
Don't even know who that is.
Well, we
Don't
can't play
even
any of her
know.
music or else we'll get like cut on here. But yeah, Olivia Rodrigo, driver's license was her big song. She was on like Disney Channel stuff and emerged from there, like so many artists that we know.
Right.
But yeah, she was on like High School Musical, not the original,
Okay,
like the series, High School Musical, the series.
I was about to say she's 18. There's
And-
no way she was on this series.
No, she's absolutely adorable and amazing singing voice. So she is a huge fan of Taylor Swift.
Go figure. Who
There's
isn't? 2
songs that I literally think are Taylor Swift songs, and then she starts singing. Like they sound so much like Taylor Swift songs.
You know, I there was a time in my life where I would be fully against that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to be your own person, you got to be your own artist. But honestly, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere, and so
She did a good job talking about how Taylor Swift is like her inspiration and her hero.
Mm-hmm.
So Taylor really's not going to sue her because, she just put out there like, you're my hero. And so this is a compliment that I'm copying you.
right.
And the other night, Grace was showing me a new song of hers. I was listening to it, and I thought we were listening to a Taylor Swift song. And then Olivia Rodrigo started singing, and I was like, wait a second. That's the same intro to Taylor Swift's New Year's Day song. And so Grace started playing it, and the intros are almost identical.
What's the saying?
We discussed this the other night.
Oh shoot, did we?
Uh-huh.
It's not mimicry. What's like mimicry is the best form of flattery.
Now we are going to drive everybody crazy who's
'cause
listening because they all know what it is and we can't remember.
It's not mimicry. It's,
No, I had to search it up when you said this.
Anyway, how's it going, Pepperoni, in the chat, hanging out, chatting it up? We are live on YouTube and Twitch every time. Most times we record, depending on how the day goes. We usually record around 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Imitation, that's right.
Hello, Pepperoni. How was your Christmas?
Yeah, I hope your Christmas was good. Hope you got everything you wanted. We kind of skipped over Christmas,
I know,
honestly.
we did. I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. Nathan and I had great Christmases separately.
Yeah.
We didn't even see each other on Christmas.
I know. It
But
was
we did have
glorious.
like a, okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. It was for the camera. Listen, I'm a different person when the camera's on. You know that.
Yep.
I'm not. I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend when we're not recording. Anyway, what were you gonna say? Probably something really nice
Had
about
a
me.
great Christmas.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad.
Yep.
I'm glad you had a good Christmas. Anyway, let's.
Oh, Pepperoni says it was acceptable.
That's about all we
Doesn't
can
sound
ask.
Amazing. Pepperoni, what was the favorite thing that you got for Christmas? While we're waiting for you to answer, I got something really simple that I love.
Oh, you're getting up
Nathan,
from your chair.
yeah,
Okay.
You keep talking. I'm gonna go grab it
Oh, all right.
for those watching on camera.
Sure. So I got a vacuum, and that's one of my favorite things that I got for Christmas was a vacuum.
For your apartment?
You want to know something really gross? I've lived at this apartment since July.
Oh, don't tell me you haven't vacuumed since you moved in.
Not only have I not vacuumed, I haven't swept or mopped. We don't have those things. And I've been friggin' broke. So I'm not about to go buy them.
You have so many family members that would have like donated stuff to you.
Okay, you know I don't like asking for handouts. So I didn't.
But okay.
I know. It was gross. But hey, it's
But
been
you got a
cleaned now. We
vacuum.
got a vacuum. We got
That's
a vacuum.
exciting. Okay, I got this little thing called a warmie, and it's like a little stuffed hedgehog. It's like a stuffed animal, but it's full of rice. And you heat it up in the microwave, and you hold it close, and it brings you comfort, and I love it. I absolutely love it.
Whoever came up with this idea was a genius. You just take a rice bag and you put it inside of a stuffed animal.
And they put lavender in it too, but I burned it.
Also, I think that's a hamster.
No, it's okay. You're right. It's a hamster. It's not a hedgehog
It's a hamster.
because there's no spikes. Pepperoni says I got some leather gloves.
Driving gloves?
Maybe.
Pepperoni is quite the driver.
My son, who is dating a young lady right now, her family got him Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, jeez. I don't know how I feel about expensive glasses. You know, they break so easily.
He had a pair of Gucci sunglasses that he scratched the lenses on because he didn't have them in the case. And so these were to replace his Gucci sunglasses. Now, he did not buy his Gucci sunglasses. He worked at a car rental place, found the Gucci sunglasses left behind.
They were just on his boss's desk. Like, okay,
Yeah.
he's just
Well,
snatched them
no,
up.
they
Snooze,
went
you
and
lose.
lost and found for a while. And after like a month of nobody claiming them, his boss was like, well, you can have them. So he had these really cool Gucci sunglasses.
You know what blows my mind?
What?
I wear glasses. I wear spectacles. I need them to see. I could go throughout a day without glasses, but it would be difficult and annoying. Whenever I buy glasses, I wait till there's a buy one, get one free or like a 50% off sale going on. And then I find some of the cheaper ones, and I typically spend about $30 or $40 on a pair of glasses that I have to wear every day in
Wow.
order to see.
Mine are Ray-Bans.
It blows my mind that people spend that much money on things that they don't even need. It's just a convenience thing.
No, you need sunglasses. That's a health thing.
Rebecca, you're talking to the guy who hasn't worn sunglasses since he was 18.
That doesn't mean
and I
it's the
got
best
glasses.
idea. Anyway, what were we talking about? Something that had to do with our New Year's resolution, and then
Oh,
we jumped
geez.
into like talking about Christmas. Whose turn is it?
We recently talked about yours, which was
Something I didn't. Oh, the music artist, and then I thought of Olivia Rodrigo.
right.
Yep.
All right, so here's mine. One of mine. I think in 2021, I'm gonna try to learn how to edit videos.
Oh!
That was really loud, but I freaking nailed it,
Yes,
dude.
you did. Like, and it's just been like recently. So like, you just started like actually trying to figure that out. And I was like, when I was cutting that audio, I was so proud of you. I was like, no, he did it. He did it.
Dude, it only took my sleep schedule being jacked to the point of no return for me to get up at 4 a.m. and start learning how to edit videos. But, dude, I actually got that one.
You did.
I learned how to edit a video. I'm not very good at it by
No,
any
but you
means.
started.
but I
That's way
started.
more than Twitter.
Listen, I am closer to being a video editor now than I was last year whenever I said that. So, round of applause for me, please. Way to go, Nathan. Way to go. Thank you. Thank you.
So very proud.
Please. No, really. There's no need. There's. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I know. All right. More to come. There's more to come, certainly. Thank you.
All right. What was my next one? Are we on the third?
That one.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go on a vacation. And I did.
That one's so okay. Yeah, I guess that was the point of all of these, was to like make them
they
achievable.
They were definitely achievable. But my problem with that one was we were going to Hawaii. We were right in the middle of like major crazy high COVID numbers.
Hold on. You made your New Year's resolution to go on vacation after you already had a vacation planned? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's...
Yeah, but we were facing lots of obstacles, and I didn't know if it was going to happen. And we took some major risks of putting large portions of money out there, knowing that it could get canceled at the last minute and have absolutely no refunds. So, I mean, that was major trust right there. I don't know what we were trusting. We were just risking.
I think that was just a coin flip, honestly.
We were majorly risking it. We went to Hawaii. It was in February, so the pandemic numbers were just starting to go down. There still wasn't a lot of tourism. Nobody was traveling still. Our airplane was nearly empty. Everything we did in Hawaii, like they were just opening to tourists, and so they were like catering to us. Like they were so excited we were there. We got to do so many amazing, cool things. Everything was half the price. There wasn't the rental car issues. We got a really cool Jeep for half of what we would have normally paid for it. We had, normal plane seats, like economy seats, but we each got an entire row to ourselves.
Wow. No, that sounds like a pretty good vacation. That sounds about
it
best
was
case
the
scenario.
Best ever.
Huh.
Huge win. That one is going to be hard to top. We got this Airbnb that was half price. And then they were doing like construction in the Airbnb. And so they discounted another 35% off because they had to turn off our water one day.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm. We didn't care. We were gone. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, that's not...
Raised the bar on that one too. That was, knocked that one out of the park. Now this year, we were not able to plan a vacation because we have a lot of factors going on.
Sure.
We can't schedule anything right now. But we still hope that at some point when our life settles down a little bit next year, we'll be able to plan a vacation.
Definitely. Yeah, no, just let me know when to clear my schedule and I'll be there. Certainly.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed the Hawaii thing. Nathan was like, you know what? You guys go. I'm going to stay with Elvis because I don't want Elvis to be alone and scared. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I really appreciated that.
Yep, that's how it went. That's exactly. You're welcome. You're welcome, honestly. Round of applause for Nathan on that one. Okay, anyway, so you're 3 for 3 now?
No, because I did. I got the music one and didn't even try it, that one.
Honestly, you could just listen to the radio at any point in your day and probably hear an artist you've never heard. Did you think about that?
I'm on the radio all day long and rarely listen to it.
Same, minus the first part. Okay, I just made myself sad. Let's go. Nathan's number 3 New Year's resolution. I'm going to get a new graphics card for my computer. I'm trying to remember. I think I did that.
You purchased? No, okay.
Yeah, I did because I wouldn't have said it after getting a new one. Idiot. Yes, I did get a new graphics card for my computer.
You did.
I did.
And it took a while to get it, and you ordered it and had to wait for it for a very long time.
Did I?
I'm pretty sure.
No.
I can't believe you're even questioning, did I get a graphics card?
What you are thinking of, you're thinking of my my Go XLR Mini.
No, I'm not thinking of that.
My graphics card,
I do
Rebecca,
remember that.
I bought my graphics card in the store.
Okay, there was the one time you went to the store and you were like waiting outside because somebody had returned one and you were waiting outside for it, and then some other guy was standing there and you were like, are you here for the graphics card? And he was like, yup. Okay,
yes, that did happen.
Uh-huh.
It took me a little bit to actually get lucky enough to get a graphics card, but I never like ordered it or anything. It just took being in the right place at the right time. I did get one. I was very fortunate. I got a 3070 at MSRP before the prices went up. So honestly, round of applause for Nathan on that one. And for Micro Center, really. Thank you. Thank you. Now I just need some more RAM is all.
Mm.
I think I also got a new CPU. You know what I did? I got a new graphic card and a new CPU. Yeah. So now I just have a CPU at home that isn't being used, but it's a good one. It's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So that's 2 for Nathan, 3 for Rebecca.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can close it out with an ace.
Okay.
4 out of 4.
Okay.
Rebecca's final New Year's resolution.
I'm going to milk as many different mammals as I possibly can, and hopefully a mammal I've never milked before. I don't think I milked any animals.
Did you? Why did you say that?
Maybe you should have pushed your button first. It'll make a lot more sense.
You should have told me that.
I did not milk any animals. I failed at that. So 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 is not bad, but it wasn't that I didn't want to milk any animals. I just the opportunity didn't arise. It's a little disappointing, but
You know my parents live on a farm.
I know, and I haven't been back to your parents' house.
That one's on you.
Wait, no, I was there on the 4th of July.
You probably could have milked
I
something.
held an alpaca.
A baby alpaca,
Yeah.
which means there was a mother
Like
alpaca,
I carried it.
which means you probably could have milked an alpaca, which not many people can say they've done.
Really missed an opportunity
You
there.
kind of blew that one.
Uh-huh.
You kind of blew that one.
Mm-hmm. We should check in on your last one.
I don't know if I milked any animals.
Okay, push your
21.
last button.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm going to try to avoid milking as many things, creatures, mammals, that I can. I don't understand why I said that.
Yeah, you're the one who started it. And
Were we
Okay.
talking about if you can
No.
milk an octopus?
Yes, because that episode was called Octopus Milk.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Octopus milk. Go back and listen to it if you want. Turns out you can milk an octopus, which I learned afterwards, I think from one of my nieces or nephews, that we were wrong. And that you can't actually milk an octopus.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oops.
regardless, all right, lessons were learned. And
You don't know if you don't try.
that's true. You make a good point. I did not milk any sort of mammals.
So goal achieved.
Goal achieved. Round of applause, honestly, for Nathan on that one.
So we're even. You got 3, I
for
got 3.
Dang, dude. Okay.
That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. You know what really helped? Moving out really helped in the not having to milk department.
Yeah, because, not being on a farm anymore, it's a lot harder to milk animals.
Yeah. I did house sit for my parents, though, at some point. They just didn't need any milking done. Either that or my sister
Your
did it.
sister did it.
Dude, I freaking...
Because you did house sit.
Yeah, and my sister did all the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I nailed that.
Okay. So we decided to do a little year-in review where we were going to talk about like things that happened this year
Mm-hmm.
that were big things. We didn't set them as goals necessarily, but they were big things that happened. And I got to February and I stopped and couldn't think of anything else. But maybe I'll think of them on the way. But the first thing that happened in the new year was you got COVID. And I would say that didn't happen to me, but it did because you missed my birthday because of it. And I had to do this podcast live stream by myself and the camera battery went dead. And that's why we have a dummy battery for the camera now.
It's true. Happy birthday. You got a dummy battery.
My birthday sucked.
It was a pretty
Last
sucky one.
year.
I felt very bad.
Yeah,
Very bad.
I
for
knew
that.
you did. And I felt bad for making you feel bad, but I didn't try to make you feel bad.
No, it just kind of all came to a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad that you had COVID.
Well, I did ask for it, kind of. I mean, I was really hoping all throughout 2020 that I got COVID.
You got it at your New Year's Eve family celebration.
Yeah.
And you had invited me to it.
Mm-hmm.
We did not go.
Could have been you.
And because you would think for as often as we're together, if one of us is getting COVID, we both have it. There was like no other possible way that you got COVID and I didn't.
Yeah.
Like that was a slim chance that was happening.
Very slim.
Yeah.
Very slim indeed.
But you survived it, so that's really good. And this year on my birthday, we're going to be doing family game night on my birthday. So you will be there for my birthday. We are hosting live. Super, super exciting.
Are we really doing family game night on your birthday?
On my birthday, January 8th. Tune in, Life 88.5 for family game night sponsored by Northland Sonic Drive-Ins. It'll be my birthday. So every game that we're going to play is going to have to be like birthday themed or something. Also, New Year's Day, we're hosting family game night. So join us.
Shoot, dude. I didn't realize we were doing it on your birthday.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Hold on. I got to.
Yeah, I see that you have some work to do there.
One of the joys of
Live streaming
is that
editing the chat when
sometimes
bad
you
things get in the chat.
you get some weird people in there. But here we are.
But yeah, it is. We're on my birthday. We will be doing a show, and I'm okay with that because, like I said earlier, one of the greatest wins for this year is that show. Like going on vacation to Hawaii, that was a huge win.
Mm-hmm.
Family game night, we actually got to host a show together. Massive win. Super, super cool. You got 2 radio jobs this year. Life 88.5. What's the other station?
Shoot, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I'll start doing stuff at 8:10.
Yes.
Start doing production stuff. Probably. I'm not technically hired, but they were like,
But he's in process.
yeah.
Yeah. You made it through the first step. You just paperwork.
Lonesome Lenny said, glad this 2021 is coming to an end. Yeah, I am too. 2021 kind of sucked.
I could light a match and walk away from 2021.
Yeah.
After Hawaii, things kind of went downhill after that. There was a couple glimmers of hope of things that happened that I would say were like, those are really positive things that I'll carry into the next year. But most of the stuff, I just want to light a match and walk away. It was rough. We had lots of just high stress situations, job situations, family health situations. Yeah. It was like, everything in 2020 that you were like, when it happened, you were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a really difficult year. And it ended up being a pretty banner year.
Banner?
Yeah. Like it was really good.
Oh.
Like 2020, for me personally, 2020, I was like expecting it to be really awful, but like, I didn't lose a job. Nobody lost a job in 2020. Our health was all really good because we were protected because we were in our houses. It was kind of exciting when everybody was like, had to be home. We had to learn to work from home and stuff. Like it was kind of exciting. But then like, it was like the aftermath that was really rough.
Right.
And so I think that's what we're dealing with now. Lots of aftermath. A lot more people are getting COVID. Like today on Twitter, I just kept seeing like friend after friend after friend post that they have coronavirus. Like, seems like everybody's got it now.
It's almost like we're coming to the sequel of 2020.
2022.
That's good. Yeah, that was good. What's up, Webb?
Hi, Webb. It's okay that you're late. Welcome to the party.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We won't forgive you for that, but it's okay. Sure, it's okay. There was something I was going to say, and I don't remember what.
We're walking through our year in review.
Right. So 2021 was interesting because in 2022, everything like kind of went crazy. And then 2021 was like, okay, now let's see the aftermath. Hold on.
Okay.
2020 was crazy. 2021, it was like, let's see how the aftermath of all this craziness has changed our day-to-day life. And then 2021, we saw a lot of that stuff like you just mentioned. But 2022 is going to be weird because it's like the aftermath of the aftermath, because there was a lot of stuff that happened in 2021. But I think most of 2021 was like stuff happening in homes, whereas 2020 was stuff happening in the world.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And so now it's going to be weird seeing how 2022 is impacted from those things? Are we just going to go back to things happening in the world, or is it going to be like even more stuff happening in people's homes, or are things just going to go back to normal? I mean, you went to a full movie theater recently. I went to a full movie theater recently.
We both saw Spider-Man.
Yeah, no spoilers though. Don't worry.
Not together though. Separate.
Like obviously.
Christmas.
Right. Rebecca went on Christmas.
Obviously.
I went on the day after Christmas. Great movie though. Highly recommend. Make sure you have all the context though. There's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, 2022, it'll be an interesting dynamic for sure. Do you have any expectations?
Gosh, I'm scared. Like, I'm scared to say I have expectations because I want it to go better. I have hopes and dreams and things that I'd like to accomplish, but I'm like, I don't know why. Like, I'm afraid that if I say it, it won't happen. But I think I'm going to say it still. Like, I want to do more of what we're doing with like family game night. Like, I want to host with you more than I am now. Like, I want that to become a full-time thing.
Well, you just wait till you hear what I want, because that might not happen. I'm kidding.
I want to make some decisions for myself that are things like that I've been complaining about this year. And instead of complaining about them, I want to make decisions to like eliminate those things or make a move to make those things better this year. So instead of just complaining about it, if I don't like it, change it. Hoping to change some of those things. Now, let me list all those things I don't like. I'm not going to do that.
Real quick, Lenny said in the chat, he said on February 19th through 23rd, they were at the Javits Center, or Javits, I don't know how to pronounce that, doing a trade show. 6 weeks later, the center was turned into a 2,000-bed field hospital. That's kind of crazy. That was 2020, 2021 in a nutshell. Of like, it's like, wow, look, everything's back to normal. Look at all this stuff that's happening, and then it's like, actually, yeah, no, we were wrong about that.
Yeah. You know what I'm holding out hope for with the coronavirus?
What?
So this Omicron variant that is way more transmissible than Delta was. It seems to be milder. It's affecting people less. Like lesser. Okay, I hate to say lesser hospitalized because the hospital numbers are really high right now. But it seems like the majority of the people who get this one, their symptoms aren't as severe.
Sure.
I'm hoping that this is the one that makes the coronavirus less severe, and it's going to be just like the flu, where you don't have to worry about it so much.
Yeah. You know what it feels like? Have you ever known somebody who, okay. Well, that's good. Then this next point should make a lot more sense. Have you ever known somebody who like has almost like a, I don't know if this is totally accurate, but somebody who has like maybe like a self-destructive tendencies in their life. And so it's like, they will have like a really good day and they're hanging out with friends and everything. And they're like, oh, it's great to see you. Yeah. I think glad you're back to normal. And then it's like a week later, it's like, oh shoot, they're back to like
making poor choices
and their life is spiraling out of control again. And it's like, dude, what? Okay, geez. And then it's like the next weekend they're good and everything. And then it's like this constant back and forth. That's what 2021 has felt like.
That's a good description, Nathan.
Yeah. It's like, oh, great. Everything's back to normal. And then it spirals out of control again. And it's like, even whenever things are quote unquote back to normal, there's still like that underlying of like, things aren't really back to normal. Like we know that 2021, we're your friends. We know you. And we know that things aren't back to normal. But we appreciate you in this time, but nobody is surprised whenever things start going horrible again. We'll see if 2022 is healthier for that friend.
In Taylor Swift's song All Too Well, her 10-minute version, she says the line, like a soldier returning half her weight. And that's how I feel going into 2022. Like, I've been through it, and I am just barely crawling in. I've lost a lot. I'm injured.
Yeah.
I've got some recovery to do. Like, That's how I feel like I'm entering 22. I'm just kind of like, okay, here I go. Whatever. Okay, just be kind.
Yeah, Lenny said haven't determined what the new normal is going to be. And I think that's a good point in that I think a lot of people are expecting things to go back to what our old normal was whenever that's not going to be a reality at all, which is weird.
It is weird. Now, there's some positives to that. There's some things that we learned how to do that we hadn't before. And so I think we'll take away some of those good things. But all in all, I think I would like it to go back to mostly the way it was before.
I mean, yeah, because that's what you're used to. But maybe the new normal is better for everybody.
Yeah. I like that we have the flexibility of working from home now in a lot of different fields that we didn't have before. Like, I think we've figured out that it is possible to do, maybe even on a hybrid basis, maybe not all the time, though I question of whether that will completely go away eventually. But for right now in the transition period, we have that as an option. And if somebody gets sick, they're like, well, I mean, I'm not good enough to go in, but like I could do this from home and be okay.
Yeah. You know what's weird? So I mentioned, I don't know if we were recording the podcast or not, but we were talking before the podcast about I was watching the Avengers movies with my dad recently and my mom too. And spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Avengers Endgame, mute for about 5 minutes. But in Endgame, whenever Tony Stark snaps, and then everybody who's been gone for the last 5 years comes back. And I was thinking that would actually kind of suck for some people because they have spent the last 5 years readjusting everything in their life to the new normal. And now everything is like suddenly back to the old normal.
It would be jarring.
It would be jarring because you just spent the last 5 years adjusting to a new normal, and then you suddenly have to find a new normal. Oh, it was the Hulk. Okay, Pepperoni correcting me. Hulk snapped, brought everybody back. Tony Stark snapped and got rid of Thanos and everybody. Spoilers. Anyway, that's a good call.
Good thing you said spoilers after you.
Yeah, I know.
Spoiled it. I think anybody who was working from home and enjoying it and had to go back to work felt that jarring feeling that you're talking about. I still get to work from home right now, but sometimes I have to go back in. I had storm coverage a week or 2 weeks ago where I had to go in all day. And just for that one day, it was kind of an uphill battle because I wasn't familiar with anything I was working with. Nothing is in the same place anymore. I have a different computer at home than I have at work. My setting is different. I didn't have my snacks with me or my dog. You know, I was missing the comforts that I have in what I've managed to set up here. Also, my system is different at work. I use different programs than I use at home.
Yeah.
And so it was like relearning how to use stuff that I learned to do radio on. And then 2 years ago, started working from home and had to create a whole new system. That took a little bit to figure out. But now I've gotten so used to it that going back to use the old system, everything just takes a little bit longer. It's a little bit more difficult.
It's a weird thing to figure out. Is it going to be better to try to force everything back into the old normal, or let the new normal run its course and readjust everything to the new normal that you haven't previously had to? And you now have to bring it back.
I really don't think we have a choice. I think it's just going to be gradually adjusting to what our new normal is, whatever that is.
Right. But I'm saying, like, for instance, you going back to work, that doesn't have to happen because you've proved over the last 2 years that the job can work, possibly even better, more efficient in some ways.
I think that's debatable, though, because some people would say, no, we work better when we're together.
And those people probably do.
And then others who are like, no, I work better just alone.
Right.
Like me.
And so...
So as far as us hosting a show, I would definitely want to be in person.
Yeah. Well, that makes one of us. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Stop. Jeez. Stop crying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm saying, like, is it better to try to force everything back to the old normal where it doesn't matter if you work better alone or with people, you have to work with people now? Or is it better to adjust the old things to the new normal? As in, okay, some people can come in, those who work better with people can come in and work with people, but those who work alone, such as yourself, can just work at home. Maybe come in
Okay.
once or twice.
Here's
the
Lenny
month.
jumping in with the wisdom. All boats float to the highest tide. My life will never be the same, and I will evolve to whatever takes place. Yes.
Dang. Lenny, did you come up with that, or
I'm pretty sure that's
somebody on the internet?
that's a really smart thing. And I'm not saying Lenny's not smart. I'm just saying that sounds like something that was like copy pasted from something.
Yeah, probably. Either way, it's
But
very
good
wise.
job for remembering it and recalling, or just coming up with it. Either way,
All
that
boats
was pretty great.
float to the highest tide. My life will never be the same, and I will evolve to whatever takes place. But what is better to take place? I mean, if you're in charge, and I'm not saying you are, Lenny, because I don't think you probably are. But if you are in charge of making whatever takes place take place, what is better to take place? Forcing everything back into the old ways, or forcing the new ways to work around, or the old ways to work around the new ways? And most importantly, from Webb, do you work from home or do you sleep at work? Because that's pretty big. A lot of people used to sleep at work. They no longer have to take naps at work. You know? You don't have to take a nap at work if your work is at home. Then you can just take a nap at home.
Who takes an? Okay, never mind. I know who takes a nap at work. I've seen it.
I've
seen it happen.
My dad literally takes a nap.
I know he does.
work.
I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about somebody else that definitely sleeps when they're not supposed to. But
You gonna call him out?
no,
All right.
no, because people recognize the names of people I call out.
All right.
I work at a radio station.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. You can call out your dad, but I can't call out these people.
It's because it's known knowledge that my dad sleeps at work, to the point where like his coworkers are like, "Oh shoot, it's Steve's nap time. Don't bother him."
Okay, so have we finished our year-end review? Have we talked about all of the big things that happened this year in our lives?
I mean, no, but we've covered the important ones.
Okay. I think that's what I was asking.
Yes.
Okay. So goals for next year.
Okay.
Should we do small achievable like we did last year?
Maybe. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
And this has been not in this isn't something that is just like I'm going to start doing. This is something that I've been doing for the last like 3 or more months, and that I'm going to continue to take into 2022. By the way, the best time to start a new habit.
Habit. You all right? You okay?
The best time to start a new habit or a new
Or a
thing
new
in your life
hobbit.
is now. All right, that one's free. Okay, take it or leave it, but I advise you take it. So like your New Year's resolution, just go ahead and start it now. Most New Year's resolutions fail because people use the New Year's as a reason to start that new thing. And once the new year is over, aka like basically January. Once January is over, the New Year season, then so does all of their resolve for doing that thing. So anyway, going into 2022, I'm just going to try to get better at the things that I'm doing.
Okay. Webb has a great goal for 2022, party with Nathan and Rebecca.
I'm there for it.
So my goal in 2022 is to party with Webb.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll make that part of my goal too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have a party.
Yeah, we should do that trampoline park pillow fight
Yes.
with all the lab rats. Do you know there's a rapper named Lab Rat?
Is there really?
Yeah. But I think he has like 2 B's for lab. Lab Rat.
Yeah, that sounds hip hop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't spell it right.
My goal 2022 is that I will host a show full time with you.
All right. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Let's make it happen. I'm down with that. Full time.
Full time. Like
every day.
That's our job.
Okay.
Like that's our job, not just Saturdays.
Not just Saturdays and not just like a typical Tuesday podcast,
Nope.
but like full time on the radio, probably
A show.
a show that
Every
we
day.
can
Well,
call
every
our job.
Monday through Friday.
Right.
Yeah.
Lenny's goal for 2022, he intends on not sucking at golf as much as he does. I know a guy.
I know a guy, yeah, that is amazing at teaching people how to golf.
Yep.
He's amazing at golfing, also amazing at teaching people how to golf.
It's true.
What state you live in, Lenny?
Rebecca's husband is essentially a pro golfer. He taught me how to golf, and I'd never swung a club.
I don't know anybody he cannot teach how to golf. He's just really, really great.
Yeah. No, I think those are doable. I'm not trying to set out to like do anything big or do anything new. I'm just trying to do things better.
Okay. I feel like that's kind of a cop out for goals.
Why? It's self-improvement.
Because-
Isn't
but
that what
how
all
do you-
these things are
But
about?
how are you going to gauge whether you're doing that better?
But you've never looked at yourself in the previous year and been like, wow, I actually have really improved in those things.
Only if it's like for weight loss.
No? You never looked back at like your college radio days and you're like, dang, I'm actually better than I was then.
I just assume I am.
You've never looked at yourself raising kids and dealing with tough situations 10 years ago
No,
and then
'cause
looked at
it's-
yourself now and been
Lenny is in Massachusetts.
That's close.
A little further.
that's close.
A little further away than you'd have to come a long ways for a golf lesson.
Might be worth it though. Could change your life, or at least your new year. Pepperoni wants to delete his Facebook account for 2022, but I kind of need it. I'm there with you, buddy.
Pepperoni, I would be sad. I like watching your Facebook account. I keep up to date on what's going on.
You're friends with Pepperoni on Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, what the
Aren't
heck?
you?
No, I don't think I am.
Okay, well, you probably have a friend request waiting in your inbox, and you don't accept it because you don't accept like any friend requests.
Maybe that's what my resolution should be for New Year is deleting all the pending friend requests. Guys, I have literally like over 40 pending friend requests. And Facebook even tried to threaten me one time. They said, hey, after 3 months, they're gonna start deleting themselves. Nope. I called Facebook's bluff. It's so hard to talk. Maybe my goal for 2022 would just be to learn how to talk normal.
I thought you were about to say that your goal was to accept the friend request, but no.
Dude,
you're like,
no.
You're like, all right, maybe I'm going to delete them all.
Rebecca, listen, I can't accept them all because there are some girls there from college, and they only wanted to be my friends so that something could happen, on the off chance they could get their MRS degree. And I wasn't there for that, So I'm not going to give them that hope of, hey, 2022, new year, new me, what up? I'm not going to do that.
Okay, I want to hear a real goal from you, not just...
What? That is my goal!
Not just I want to improve, not just I want to delete all my Facebook friends. What's something real?
Something
that
real?
That we can come to next year and push that soundbite and say, you accomplished that.
In 2022, I want to go full-time at a radio station. I don't want to have any other side gigs. I just want to make enough money doing radio at one station that I can live comfortably. Is that good?
Good job, Nathan. You said it.
That
There it is.
Terrible. I hated that.
There it
I hated
is.
that.
I also want to go on a vacation this year. And that is a lofty goal because I don't know if that's going to happen. There's no plans right now.
No plans, but hey, you don't need plans. I've proved that. You don't need plans to go on vacation. Pack the car and get out of Dodge. Take a Friday off. That gives you a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I want to go on some type of a tropical vacation. I'd like to go on a cruise again.
All right, fine. Take Friday and Monday off. But you got to start looking into that now if you want good rates, all right? So you can't make that thing and then like
But I can't
not
set a
plan
date
it.
because my life is too topsy-turvy right
Then
now.
pick a different one. That one's not going to work out. I'm just telling you right now, that one's not going to work out. You're not going to go on a cruise in 2022.
Not with that attitude.
Not with any attitude. I'm telling you how it works out, Rebecca. Listen, there are some
Okay,
things.
Fine. I'm going to prove you wrong. I will prove you wrong.
In 2022, your resolution is going to prove me wrong?
I'm going to prove you wrong that I am going to go on a vacation.
Your resolution in 2022 is to prove Nathan wrong.
Well, that's just always my resolution.
Do I have this much power over your life
Sometimes.
that you base your whole year's goals?
Sometimes you're really manipulative and then I fight back.
All right. My New Year's resolution for 2022 is to not be so manipulative. Because apparently I am. I'm sorry, okay? Jeez. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Those of you who are watching live, thank you for chiming in, being part of the show. We appreciate it. We enjoy your presence. We will be back next year. Anyway, but until then, my name's Nathan.
And I'm Rebecca. We out.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
You actually remembered to close out that time.
I did. I feel like that's the first one in a while that I've actually remembered what to say at the end.
Last week you missed it all together.
Yeah.
And it's the only time ever that you completely missed it.
Yep. After 200 episodes, I just totally missed the ending.
Thank you guys for joining us live.
Lenny, thanks for hanging out, man. We appreciate you. Hope your new year is actually good.
All
And
the
not
way
just your
from
new year.
Massachusetts.
Not just your new year, but your whole year. Can I get an amen? How about a round of applause? Round of applause for Lenny. And Webb. And Pepperoni.
But thank you.
stars.
See you soon. Yes, at our party.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
All right.